Welcome to Movie World Plus. I am Andy Signor, and I loved James Gunn's Peacemaker Season 1. I have to give us a round of applause. In fact, I'm going all 4 buttons. I mean, bravo, sir. Bravo to this entire cast. This might be my favorite DC thing I can think of in a while. It might even be my favorite James Gunn thing he's done to this date. I'm going to review Season 1, but I'm also going to talk a little bit spoilers later. I'll give you a warning about the finale. If you've not yet seen it, I implore you, don't watch my video here. Duck out before you get to the part, and I'll warn you. But what he does by the end is he just let the SnyderVerse Cultists just shoot themselves in the face. Just to prove why nobody wants to help them anymore and why nobody ever will. And he gave us all, DC fans, something beautiful and amazing, and these pricks are still criticizing. It's unbelievable. So we're gonna get there, but before I get there, I want to focus on the positive that is Peacemaker. Guys, this show was fantastic, gruesome, funny, moments of drama. John Cena got to step up as an actor, crying tears. Like, I bought it. I felt for him. There was a turn mid-season where we get to learn more about his father and Robert Patrick's, who plays it, and what he did to his own brother. And John Cena really got to show some acting chops. I was massively impressed. Add to that the entire cast. I mean, you got James Gunn's wife, who I've never, didn't know much about, but she steps up in this role like crazy. And I know it's his friend here, Steve Agee, who also gets to have such a fun role here. Look, the entire cast is just so fantastic. They connect. You feel for them, they grow together, you root for them, you become friendly with them as well. It's just a really amazing accomplishment, I gotta say, from a script standpoint, from a directing standpoint, from a pacing, and it just, I connected to them all. And then, to me, the standout surprise, I gotta talk about Vigilante, Adrian. My goodness, what a fun surprise there. Like, this just complete psychopath that you clearly still sort of root for in a weird way, but to add such a different kind of flavor that we've never really seen in some type of these shows, that I loved it all. I loved everybody. I loved them all. Sorry, I'm not calling them all out. I know all their real names here. I got to learn them because I'm impressed by them all. But it's just a really well done show. And I think what impressed me more than even just the gruesomeness, the comedy, and sure, I understand James Gunn comedy isn't always for everybody. He definitely does some potty jokes, I guess is the politest way of saying it, but he'll go there and do that. But I enjoyed it. I thought Peacemaker was the type of character that sort of justified it. He could get away with this type of James Gunn raunchy humor. But beyond all that, this show had heart. There were moments of heart in this show that Gunn wrote beautifully that I just thought was just really well done. I mean, in the finale, when Steve Agee gets to have, John gets his moment there, which I won't spoil here, but he gets a moment. Even he gets the moment where you're just like, you feel for him. He gets to let out a tear as well, and all these characters get to have these real arcs and moments on top of really good action, comedy, blood. Like, this is a dark, gritty DC adaptation. He didn't shy away from any of that. And I want more of that. I don't want more Marvel sugar-coated stuff. And that's not even a knock on Marvel, but it's starting to feel a little samey. And this was something different. This, sure, you could say The Boys is sort of or Invincible as the cartoon version of it, but yeah, this has a Boys vibe, to be fair. But it's The Boys with the actual superheroes, and I thought better. I gotta say, I think it was better than The Boys. I really was just impressed with it. And then add to that the fact that so many people tried to end James Gunn's career. So many people tried. They did. Disney fired him. These old tweets that, look, they weren't great tweets, but he owned up to them. He apologized. He explained it. And he then got quiet. And his own colleagues stood up for him. Bravo, the Chris Pratts of the world who gets crap every single day. They stood up for him. And they had his back. And thank God they do. And that's what we all should be doing. If you are friends with someone, stand up to them and help them when they fall down like that or they make a mistake like that. To see that he was able to get back up through the support of his own guardians, castmates, and friends and colleagues, and then to come back against Disney, sign up with Warner Brothers to make the Suicide Squad, which I had a blast with. I did enjoy it. But I think Peacemaker managed to be better in a way because he got to delve into these characters a little bit more specifically. And I don't know, I just felt connected to it more. It really felt like a redemption story for these characters, for James Gunn, that I related to, and I just feel like was inspirational. And I really appreciate at the end that he could have gone super woke, as they would say, and political. There's a moment at the end where it attempts to, but the show doesn't actually do that. And I'm going to talk about that in the spoiler side of how impressed I was with the choices that the show makes and the balls that the show has. So overall, I can't speak highly enough of Peacemaker Season 1. I'm on board. I can't wait for more. I hope he gets to do more DC TV properties. This is where he's shining so brightly. So bravo to James Gunn, the entire team. I'm a fanboy of this now. I'm on board. John Cena, everybody on Team Peacemaker. Fantastic work. Fantastic work. Now, moving on to the separate topic. Of course, can all DC fans just finally be excited and appreciate a win? No, of course not. You know who can't? The SnyderVerse Cultists. And these are the Cultists. Now, look, I always warn myself. There are plenty of people who are fans of Zack Snyder's work that are also fans of this Peacemaker show and what they did at the end of this episode and everything else. But my God, these Cultists that I warned you about ages ago, Jody and I warned you about ages ago, these people are horrific. They just can't let it go. And it's not about DC. It's just about, I need Zack's vision. Zack. My God, guys, move on. And I get so frustrated still to this day that Zack can't see this powder keg that he left brewing and walked away from. And I understand we're not always responsible for our meanest fans. I get it. I'm not, but at a certain point, I feel like there's a responsibility a filmmaker has or any celebrity has to be like, yo, come on, bravo, James Gunn, nice work. How is this disrespectful to Zack Snyder's work? I don't get it. Well, I mean, we'll explain it because I'm about to spoil it, but I wanted to sort of give you a little bit more before I tell you to tune out if you haven't seen yet. I implore you, if you haven't yet seen it and you don't know, haven't had it spoiled by all these Zack Snyder fans, which everybody is. Here, this guy, the smart aleck, who I was going to compliment and I liked, immediately blocked me because so many people are just so frustrating. Thanks, Alec. Well, you can't block all accounts, but I'm going to give you props even though you blocked me. He's right. You can't go 2 seconds in this algorithm without these Snyder cultists going out there and spoiling and raging about a finale because the dad won't return with the milk store and get back together with mom. I couldn't have said it better, Alec. You can block me all you want, but your comments are on Twitter. They're public, and we're all going to see each other. And he's right. And to know that even the people that hate me, I can tell they're annoyed because they don't want me to be right on this topic. But we told you this from years ago. We told you this. And Ray Fisher has been egging this on for so long, and it's just not healthy anymore. It's not okay. This fandom is beyond divided. It's hateful. It's toxic. And yes, every fan base has their aggressive, annoying, fans, but there's just something different about these Snyder fans. And it's all over Twitter right now. I'm trying to find more examples. There's plenty of them. But I guess I should have warned you. Sorry. Warning. I didn't give you the warning. I apologize. Spoiler warning. There we go. I tried. I didn't tell you what it is. Hopefully you didn't see it. I didn't really tell you much. Trust me, there's more to it. Spoiler warning. So if you didn't see the finale, go watch the finale. You might have saw a tease. Wait, what? Yes. Don't hear any more. Even that, if you saw what I just showed you by accident, and I'm sorry, even if you saw what I just showed you, tune out right now. Go watch it. Go watch the show, and then come back, and you can finish this later. Because it's worth it. It surprised me. It was fun. It was good, and now I'm going to spoil it for sure, and I'm going to show it to you. So I warned you. Y'all are mad the Justice League came back. It just proves they don't even like DC. They just like Snyder's films, or they just want to be hateful. They just want to keep rallying up this this movement. And man, I love Snyder, but there are other ways to do things. I mean, how can anybody be upset by this image? How can anybody be upset by this image? First of all, that looks like Henry Cavill, and it's not James Gunn's fault that he couldn't cast Henry Cavill. It's above his pay grade. Now you could be mad at the studio for that, but at least he put him in there, and I think kudos for putting him in there. And then you see, it looks like Aquaman, it looks like The Flash, looks like Wonder Woman. Now, people are upset, though, because they're like, where the hell's Batman and Cyborg? Where the hell are they? Look, when I saw this, I thought, man, this is a big threat, but maybe Batman's on comm. Maybe Cyborg's in with them. Maybe they're at Drive-In 2 here, and they just didn't get here yet. My God, people are such judgmental jerks on Twitter these days. The fact that we got these 4 was enough for me. It was epic. It doesn't mean that there was a slight, but of course, James Gunn erasing black people from Justice League, Gunn doing it during Black History Month. Now, Mercury here has blocked me, and I've blocked him ages ago. He's like the king of the SnyderVerse, a.k.a. the SnyderVerse. My God, his whole entire thread is just bashing this and then playing victim because people are over this drama and don't care anymore and just move on. And these people are insane. Look, you can like this movie. You can be sad the movie's not there, but these movements are just over. No one cares anymore. No one cares anymore. You guys, sure, I get it. You guys care. But to people saying Ray Fisher quit playing Cyborg, he was fired. No, he wasn't. And thank God there's people in the thread who are reminding that that's not what happened. I will not participate in any production associated with him. They gave him a role in The Flash. He wouldn't participate. That's not getting fired. Nobody fired him, but that's not the narrative you'll hear from these people. It's insane. They're now trending boycott WB because of what happened. It's like these people are the worst. These people. Oh, they made a silhouette of Superman, but they couldn't make one for Cyborg. Oh, that's right. POC aren't allowed under WB. Oh my God. Oh my God. This show was so great with its casting, its diversity. They didn't even watch the show, I bet, because they just already hate James Gunn. All these people are just yelling into a void, and I'm over it. And honestly, at this point, I don't want to support the Snyderverse anymore. I just can't let these people win. And all you people who like Zack Snyder, I'm sorry. I can't enable this. These people are too loud. No one stands up to them. They just keep screaming and screaming as aggressively as they want. And at a certain point, you got to put your foot down. And nobody in this fan base, this minority of a fan base, should be rewarded at this point for what they've done. Nobody should in that aggressive, toxic minority of this fan base. And thankfully, the voice is getting quieter and quieter. People are finally realizing that they're fed up. They don't want to hear it anymore. No, I mean, this is not going to get rewarded. Nobody cares. Let me correct myself. There are some people that want this movie, but the amount that they think it is so much less than they realize. It's just not as big as they think. It's not. And at the end of the day, they're not going to get this movie. They're not going to get what they think it is. All right, so here's the scene in question. If you didn't see, I got to be careful. But here it is. I got to be careful, you know. If you saw it, you're with me. Now I'm going to talk like as if you saw it. I mean, this was beautiful. You're fucking late.
You're late, you fucking dickheads.
Now, if you've watched the show, this was amazing. And it could have just been that. They could have moved on. But no, it goes even further. Yeah, that's Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller.
Go fuck another fish, asshole.
Go fuck another fish, you asshole. Which was an ongoing joke in the show. Peacemaker makes all these dumb jokes. And then cut to Jason Momoa.
So fucking sick of that rumor.
I'm so sick of that rumor.
It's not a rumor.
Fuck you, Barry.
Guys, if you can't laugh at that, this isn't degrading Aquaman. My God, I got to hear Aquaman say, fuck you, Barry. And they're being playful. The banter back and forth is funny. Oh my God, I'm sorry. This joke's is below the humorous threshold of what's acceptable. This was brilliant. I laughed my ass off. I was shocked. I was surprised. I was happy to see it. The Justice League was back in a movie. James Gunn rewarded these people, and it's still not enough. He could have just not even had Superman there. He could have just had those two staying there. But no, he put in a silhouette of Cavill's Superman, and I saw that as a sign of respect. But no, of course not. Bravo, James Gunn and team. Bravo to Momoa for doing it, for Miller. He clearly got those two because they're shooting movies, guys. Batman doesn't want to do it anymore. He's refused. Now they could have put a silhouette in them, I guess. They could have put one of Cyborg, I guess, and not put Ray Fisher there, I guess. But whatever, they got 4 of them there. It was an iconic silhouette. Move on. Move the hell on. It wasn't a slight at anybody. And bravo to this thing. I loved that surprise. I loved the whole thing. And I'm so glad to hear that, yes, Peacemaker Season 2 will be back. Bravo. Well earned. Massively fun series. I loved it. I love you two, buddy, Eagly, the whole team. This was a fantastic surprise, this show, and everybody involved should be massively proud of it. It just is something look, it pumped me up. And a lot of these shows don't do anymore. Book of Boba Fett, there was a couple episodes in the middle that were like, yeah, but as an overall show and season, Peacemaker, I thought was actually better. Overall, as a show, I think Peacemaker Season 1 was the better show and might be one of my favorites of the year. What did you guys think, though? I want to hear your thoughts, and thanks for hearing my rant out. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already here to Movie World. Hit the bell for all alerts, and stay tuned for more movie reviews, coverage, and more here on Movie World Plus.